How should you use anti-lock brakes when you need to stop in an emergency? Brake promptly and firmly until you've stopped. What would suggest you're driving on an icy road? There's less tire noise. You're about to go down a steep hill. What should you do to control the speed of your vehicle? Select a low gear and use the brakes carefully. How much can stopping distances increase in icy conditions? 10 times. Where is your vehicle most likely to be affected by side winds? On an open stretch of road. Why should you keep well to the left as you approach a right-hand bend? To improve your view of the road. You're traveling on the motorway. How can you lower the risk of a collision when the vehicle behind is following too closely? Increase your distance from the vehicle in front. What will be affected if the road surface becomes soft in very hot weather? The tire grip. What can result when you travel for long distances in neutral, known as coasting? Reduction in control. What will help you to move off on a snowy surface? Using a higher gear than normal. What should you do when you're driving in snowy conditions? Brake gently and plenty of time. What's the main cause of skidding? The driver. You're driving in a built-up area that has traffic calming measures. What should you do when you approach a road hump? Check your mirror and slow down. You're driving along a wet road. How can you tell if your vehicle's tires are losing their grip on the surface? The steering will feel very light. You're following other vehicles in fog. You have your headlights on dipped beam. What else can you do to reduce the chances of being in a collision? Keep a safe distance from the vehicle in front. What should you do before starting a journey in foggy weather? Allow more time. You're following a vehicle on a wet road. You stay a safe distance behind it. What should you do if a driver overtakes you and pulls into the gap you've left? Drop back to regain a safe distance. What should you do when you're using a contraflow system? Choose an appropriate lane in good time. In which conditions will your overall stopping distance increase? In the rain. You're about to start a journey in freezing weather. What part of your vehicle should you clear of ice and snow? The windows. How can you use your vehicle's engine as a brake? By changing to a lower gear. You've just gone through flood water. What should you do to make sure your brakes are working properly? Go slowly while gently applying the brakes. What should you do when you're overtaking a motorcyclist on a windy day? Pass widely. You're driving on an open road in dry weather. What distance should you keep from the vehicle in front? A 2-second time gap. What's the main benefit of driving a four-wheel drive vehicle? Improved grip on the road. What does it mean if the electronic stability control (ESC) indicator lamp lights up while you're driving? The ESC system has activated. How can you avoid wheel spin when you're driving on an icy road? Drive at a slow speed in the highest gear possible. What should you do when you park a car facing downhill? Turn the steering wheel towards the curb. What lights should you use when you're driving on a wet motorway and vehicles are throwing up surface spray? Dipped headlights. You're driving along a country road. You see this sign. What should you do after dealing safely with the hazard? Test your brakes. You're driving in freezing conditions. What should you do as you approach a sharp bend? Slow down gently. On what type of road surface may anti-lock brakes be ineffective? Loose. You're driving a vehicle that has anti-lock brakes. How should you apply the foot brake when you need to stop in an emergency? Rapidly and firmly. What requires extra care when you're driving or riding in windy conditions? Passing pedal cyclists.